Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also rise to thank the Chair of Budget Committee, a very youthful, dedicated young man, Honorable Ndidi, for how he led the committee, which I also sit in when we were looking at the supplementary budget. I want to say that once we pass this supplementary budget this afternoon, it is important that Treasury then releases the funds to go and do the work that it is supposed to do, and on time. We're going on recess. We want money for NGCDF. We want money for NGAF, so that we can go and work during this holiday. Madam Speaker, that is all I wanted to say, that they release the money on time so that we can pay school fees, we can serve our constituents during the long recess, Madam Speaker. Thank you, and I support.
Other members, I have confirmed that the House is properly constituted for purposes of making this decision. I therefore put the question, which is that the Supplementary Appropriation Bill number 3, National Assembly Bill number 71 of 2023 be now read a third time. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to authorize the issue of certain sums of money out of the consolidated fund and the application towards the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2024, and to appropriate those sums for certain public services and purposes.
Next order.
Order number 12, motion. 1970 UNESCO Convention on the means of prohibiting and preventing the illicit import, export, and transfer of ownership of cultural property.
Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Sports and Culture. Give the mic to Honorable Wanyama.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Sports and Culture on its consideration of the 1970 UNESCO Convention on the means of prohibiting and preventing the illicit import, export, and transfer of ownership of cultural property laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 12 October 2023, and pursuant to the provisions of Section 8(4) of the Treaty Making and Ratification Act 2012, approves the ratification of the 1970 UNESCO Convention in the means of prohibiting and preventing the illicit import, export, and transfer of ownership of cultural property. By the way of introduction, Honorable Speaker, the 1970 UNESCO Convention on the means of prohibiting and preventing the illicit import, export, and transfer of ownership of cultural property arises from the need to safeguard the state parties from the continued loss and illegal transfer of their cultural artifacts. The Convention, therefore, emphasizes the prevention and international cooperation in cultural property ownership, promoting awareness, and protecting cross-border traffic. Honorable Speaker, the Convention establishes a framework of international cooperation and mutual assistance and obligates state parties to identify, protect, and restitute cultural property stolen or exported illegally. This convention further creates awareness on the need to protect cultural objects against cross-border trafficking. Indeed, the repatriation of illegally acquired cultural property will address historical injustices and restore the dignity of the country after having suffered under colonial rule. At present, 144 states have acceded to and are a party to the convention. Therefore, Kenya would be 145th